First up for Big Lake is Gabby Gardner. Good job. Handspring full. That's when you go just straight on onto a handstand and push off and do a full twist. Sometimes if you can do a lower difficult rating skill much better, sometimes you can get a higher score than somebody who does a more difficult skill but not so well. So just depends on how well or how well you do something. So very nice. That was executed very well. Yeah, so it's not always just the difficulty level of what you're doing, it's how it's executed. The power, the form, where you land, how high you go, it all matters. Average for Gabby for both vaults is going to be about an 8-8. Next up we have Allie Lou. Good job, half on, full off. It's basically where you do a round off onto the apparatus and push off and do a full twist. Gabby's average actually before Allie was an 8.925. And so Allie's going to be doing her second vault. Allie Lou. Very good. She's the round off onto the board entry, and then just basically a full twist off. Next we have Ali Garaki. I apologize if I didn't say that right. Very nice handspring full. Very powerful, very high, clean. That's gonna be a nice score. Ali Lou's average was an 8.95. And so Ali Garaki will be going next for her second vault. That first one was very nice. Handspring full twist. Looks like that first average is about an 8.95. See what our second vault will be. Same thing, handspring full. Just as nice though, very nice, beautiful, pretty. Next up we'll have Autumn Grunwald. Allie's score from before was a 9.2. Autumn Grunwald goes right now. Good job. That was a Sukahara. In a pike position, basically where they do a round off onto the apparatus and push off and do a full flip in a piked position, which looks like an L in the air. She landed it pretty solid, so should be a decent score. Autumn's second vault going right now. Good job. Another soup in the pike position. Autumn's first vault was an average of a 9.35. Just waiting for that second one to get the averages all together. But next is Brittany Krumray. Looks like a 9.375 for Autumn. Brittany Krumray coming up next. Gorgeous. Sukahara in a pike position. Nice and high. Solid landing. Good job. That's what they like to see, a very powerful, explosive run and push off the apparatus. They want to see that just going flying sky high, and that's where you see the big numbers come up. And she does have some good numbers coming. Looks like a 9.55 for that first one. Now if she can just stick that one and point those toes, it'll be really nice. Very nice. Looks like she even laid that one out a little bit, so that one might be even better. What I mean by layout is basically they try to do a straight body flip. Instead of that L in the air, it looks like almost like a straight stick going all the way around. So she tried to lay that out more. So that gives you a little bit more difficulty. Better chance of getting a higher score because you're starting out from a higher difficulty level. But it's harder to execute a difficult skill like that because it's harder to pull it around. It's harder to, it's easier to get around in a pike or tuck position as opposed to a laid out position. But it looks like she got an average of 9.55 on that one. And so that finishes up for Big Lake. If you still want to watch the streaming of the floor exercise and balancing that is going on, you can do that.